The following podcast is dedicated to sonic excellence.
Harry had a little man.
Fun with sound.
Donk. Hello and welcome to the Parp Donk Podcast, a beginner's guide to sound design. Come on, let's have some fun.
Rolling on episode 7, Bullfrog, field recording.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Parp Donk episode 7. Can't believe that we've made it this far.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I'm Amanda.
I'm Jim.
And I'm John.
Today, we are going to talk about field recording. Last time we talked about Foley, which is typically done in the studio, not always, but most of the time. And field recording sort of answers the question, what happens when you can't reproduce a sound or create a sound in the studio?
Listen, I have a definition. You know, I always like to have the definition.
Yes, and it's helpful.
Field recording is an audio recording of sounds captured outside a traditional studio environment, like you said, often using portable equipment to capture sounds from nature, urban environments, or specific locations, such as a forest, a city street, or an airport. These authentic, real-world sounds are used by sound designers, musicians, and artists to create immersive soundscapes, add realism to film and TV, or inspire new musical compositions.
Wow, did that come out of the unusually long definition dictionary?
It came out of you. So why would you go out and do that?
If what you are doing inside doesn't sound authentic enough,
Right.
and you need an actual reproduction of the sound,
Yeah.
or if something needs to be very, very specific to a type of machine or a type of car, for example.
John, you had to record a...
I was doing a spot for Minolta,
Uh-huh.
and they had a new printer coming out. It was a corporate printer, like one of those huge machines.
Right.
And what ended up happening is they booked a whole day, and we went to their office, and we spent the day recording the Minolta copy machine. So feeding it paper, listening to the paper go through the buttons,
That's
lifting
so
the lid,
cool.
bringing the lid back down
I
again.
love that. Yeah.
Really? I was going to say, sound design can be pretty boring too sometimes.
But there's something that's so appealing about a boring thing. A lot of people, when they hear field recording, when they hear the term field recording, they think that it is only about nature. You know, that
Right.
it's you
Yeah,
take
out on
your
the cliffs
recording.
of Dover.
Right, exactly. You record the beach and the seagulls crying or the birds twittering in the forest and stuff. And of course, there's a lot of amazing field recording that's that. But field recording is anything outside of the studio, including in an office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there were no fields where the printer was.
I should hope not.
I personally guarantee
There's
it.
no outlet
We were
in
just,
the field.
Yeah, we were.
Karen and I had to get the wood sound, right? A soft... And what was it? A fairy or an elf lived in a little magical place, and the door had to be like a soft bark. So we went through every tree around here, and I don't know if they were ever happy, but
Soft bark.
yeah. And
Pippin has a soft bark.
no, he doesn't.
Yes, the opposite of a soft bark.
Sounds like Pippin's been smoking like Kent's for like 30 years or something. John, what's a
And
What
another
about-
area.
what's another area of
Another
field?
area where field recording is important is game audio.
Huh.
Because a lot of times you're creating a world that needs to have specific sounds in it that you just can't get from Foley. The link I sent to you guys last night for Sensua's Hellblade 2. And I've been waiting for this game to come out. It hasn't come out for like years. And when I saw the trailer for it, I was like, oh my God, the sound design is unbelievable.
It's like a
And-
movie, but just a very high budget action movie. That's what it
everything
sounds
about
like.
everything about this game is like it's like so close to reality.
But I think it's really wonderful that they elevated the sound to be as high quality as the picture.
Right.
I mean, it's
they
just
flew.
incredible.
They flew the entire. The game takes place in Iceland, and there's a whole making of video, and they're cracking ice. They're taking rocks out of streams and like kind of knocking them together. So you
Nice.
get the actual sound of those rocks that they're going to be trying to recreate in the game.
That's cool that the gaming industry is embracing. I guess these budgets are huge, though.
But yeah, the game industry is a place where the sound effects are really done a lot of times outside of the studio.
Right.
Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
Sound of cars, sound of. Yeah, what?
I know your dad, Tom, recorded Porsche.
That's right.
He had to go to Stuttgart, Germany to record some Porsche, and he got to drive around the Porsche test track with Dr. Porsche, and he put he had stereo recorder. He put one mic on the transmission, manual transmission, and one at the exhaust. And then he could mix the two together to make the commercial later.
Right.
And he said he was pretty terrified driving at 200 miles an hour around the track with Dr. Porsche, who he said was laughing the whole time. So
A sadistic German, who would have thought?
yeah, go figure.
So for field recording, which microphones can we use?
You could use your smartphone
That's true.
to start with. I think small condenser microphones, like if you want stereo, but you have to watch out for the wind with those because they're very sensitive.
Right.
But a dynamic doesn't always pick up everything you want. If it's like birds and things like that, you probably want something more sensitive. But the wind can be a problem with those mics.
There was a guy in New Jersey. Double D turned me on.
Oh, that guy with the little mics, right?
Yeah. He had these tiny little mics. And I think they were condensers. There were two of them. There were two of them attached to a stereo plug.
Yeah.
So you could work in stereo. And I used to pin them to my glasses where my ears would be, so I'd be almost an ambisonic head,
I love it.
And I had at the time I had a mini disc recorder.
Oh yeah.
And I would
those.
just wander around the city with these things hanging off my ear, and whenever there was something I thought might be of interest, I would just
Hit record.
yeah, and just.
Yeah, that's great if you can do the stereo. But if not, a shotgun mic is great for capturing this stuff too,
Well, shotgun mic would be what I would say would be the most common thing, right? And Rode has a pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, there's a lot of shotgun mic.
Rode. Yeah, you can get a shotgun mic pretty inexpensively these days.
You can spend $100 or you could spend like $6,000 or more.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
What about Tascams and other little handheld ones?
Zooms.
Yeah.
There's a Zoom that's a H1E, I think.
Yeah.
It's $100.
Yeah, right.
And it's great.
Yep.
My current setup is I have sound devices and two AKG vintage 451s with the CK5 capsule.
Mm-hmm.
So they have windshields on them, but it's all analog mic. It sounds great. But that's you look like a sound guy when you're going out and doing that. And it's just
and a sound devices recorder is a pretty
expensive.
Pretty good pocket emptier.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but like a Zoom H1, it's so small, and you don't.
Yeah, I have a Zoom.
You can walk through places, and people aren't going to all right.
Right.
That's guy. What is this guy doing? So
yeah.
So
and the quality of those recordings, I find to be pretty clear.
So they have the 32-bit floating, which I think we talked about this before. So that'll help you with the headroom.
Yeah.
So if you get into distorted sound or something too loud, you should be okay in those situations. And also the Zoom, I forget which one it is, but they have you can actually put on a shotgun mic or an XY.
Oh yes, yeah. You can change the mic.
You can change the mics on the.
There's the detachable mic at the top.
Yeah,
a little, and you can buy sets of mics that you can just plug in. It comes with the usual XY.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then you can buy other examples of microphones and exchange them.
Do you have a Tascam? Is that what you?
I have used them. I don't own one right now, but I've rented them and borrowed them from people, and I really like the results from those. Yeah. But I really want to go full retro to learn how to use a Nagra and, do it for real the way people used to do it.
Well, what is a Nagra?
Yeah. A Nagra is a machine, a reel-to-reel machine that you carry in your satchel.
It's like a Swiss-made watch, though. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Do they even still make those?
I think they make certain products, but I don't know if they make the same.
Yeah, they make digital.
I was lucky enough to, your dad, with Tom Glack, he had a Nagra, and I went out and recorded with that thing.
No, he didn't have a Nagra.
Actually, with those 451s that I have.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He didn't have a Nagra, though. He had a Stellavox.
He had a Stellavox. I thought he had I
think he had both.
Which he swore by. He swore by the Stellavox, though.
That's what he made the New York album with.
Yeah.
Was the Stellavox.
Because I did have, I think he had a Nagra, too, because I remember working on it. As a matter of fact, I have a Stella Dat.
Oh.
It's a DAT Stella box, which I don't know what to do with it, but but
Yes,
that's
well, you can get together with me with my mini disc recorder, and we can have an afternoon recording around the studio.
But like anything in audio,
I'm there.
so you can use your smartphone, or you can go up to
Well, what is the sound
sound devices,
Sound devices. What's their big one now? Is like
the Scorpion or something. So,
Yeah.
but they use those on film sets.
but those are like $10,000.
Oh yeah, $10,000.
Yeah,
But they're built like Nagras.
yeah, right.
We talked about contact mics before, and
Yep.
I think contact mics are great.
Oh yeah, if you're recording like a beehive or something that's
Beehive
really
or like
close up.
a metal bridge,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
put it on there, and I think they use those to detect earthquakes. I heard.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, some contacts might apparently use that.
And now, a word from Parp Donk.
Come on! All right, here we go.
Introducing the all-new 2026 Parp Donk. Let them know that you've arrived.
Hey, lady, get out of the way. I'm driving here, huh?
With first-in-class styling, a powerful 3.5-liter engine, and fine Italian donkey leather. Parp Donk. Separate yourself from the pack.
I freaking love this car.
Only $6,000 a month for well-qualified lessees. See dealer for details.
I would love to segue into talking about the different types of environments that we field record in. The coolest, of course, being underwater.
Yeah.
But, there's a billion different types of geography and topography and ambiance or ambience. Don't know how to say it.
And how do you say it?
As unpretentious. Ambiance. Yeah.
Ambiance.
It sounds better,
That's
but
a
still
restaurant, though, isn't it? a restaurant has ambiance. A film has ambience.
Ambience.
But then there's also, Ambien is a drug that helps you
yeah.
fall asleep. And nobody wants that in a field recording. Actually, sometimes people do want that in a field recording. If you go on YouTube, there's a lot of field recordings that are like desert ambiance to fall asleep to.
I made those. I made a bunch of those. There's one underneath us right now, actually.
Those are great.
I had a sleep channel for a while,
For me, it's better than music. Just
me
to
too.
listen.
So I used to listen to music to try to sleep.
Yeah.
Like that, go to sleep, But as a sound person, I hear the edits. I'm like driving the bus. I'm like, it keeps me up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's an edit. Oh, here's the loop again coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the loop.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
So,
yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't
5
sleep.
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, no. So
There's the edit again.
I listen to rain, actually.
Rain is one of my favorites.
Rain
yeah.
or winter. Blizzards.
Like
You know
the wind whistling.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
There's a whole dispute about those the channels the streaming channels have the sound.
Yeah.
There's a whole dispute on how they get paid.
Yeah, I didn't get paid.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a big controversy on whether they should get paid or not.
Well-
I'm fascinated by that because as a radio DJ that plays field recordings, I am always really curious as to who made the field recording, for whom,
Right.
for what company or what entity. And often it's like really ambiguous. You can't tell, like nobody's name is attached
Yeah,
to
is there
it.
a copyright?
Amanda has a show, and it's called Out Here in the Field, and it's all field recordings. But what I like about your show is that you actually credit like all these recorders, and
They deserve it.
But
yeah,
I've never,
like
you said, I've never heard. You hear these things like
Yeah.
no one gets credit for that.
Yeah,
You're like,
right.
But
I
somebody
recorded-
worked so hard and found the exact right place.
I commend you for that.
Oh,
That's great.
well, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
that's cool.
Should we give the details on Amanda's show?
Out Here in the Field, it is a new show on WFMU every Monday currently from 8 to 9 p.m. Out Here in the Field.
I was actually in a group. Jim saw us actually.
Which one's that?
The one we were playing Pace.
John, you were in a lot of.
We only played museums and educational institutions.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
And
So it was library music, basically.
no, it was
I'm kidding.
it was called the
Is that your joke?
That's my
the
joke.
Industrial Orchestra.
Oh, that's right.
The Industrial Orchestra, and
Oh, I love the name.
my job was to play sample trigger guitar.
Oh.
It was the what was that thing called? Step guitar. They were all controllers. They were MIDI controllers, and it was attached to a sampler. And the sampler had industrial sounds loaded into it.
Oh, wow.
So I could play industrial sounds. And part of what I had in there was between me and my samples, and there was a guy who just played a tape recorder. And the tape recorder had industrial instruction tapes on things like floor cleaning. You know, like first, make sure your bucket is empty. You know, make sure the bucket's been cleaned from the previous usage.
Yeah.
You know, it was
Fabulous.
like an instructional.
I feel
tape.
like you didn't have groupies or anything in this band, you know?
They were too ahead of their time.
No, that's right. It was just,
Yes, we did.
It's great that you bring that up because, yeah, people have been and still are making music using sound effects and field
Yeah.
recordings and, you know, found sound, which I think that floor thing would be.
Yeah.
Neubauten. Remember them?
And Einsters and Neubauer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and sometimes it's more simple than that, like the, you know, thunderclap in the Black Sabbath song,
Yeah.
which actually Thomas recorded.
Really?
Yes, that was him. That was one
He
of his
did the Black
sound-
Sabbath. Really?
Yeah. It,
And he did the shit tape too?
Yes.
You know what?
He's
And I was
a
gonna,
hero.
and my friends,
The range
my-
of
hero.
one
my
man.
friends love me. Oh, you work for the guy who did a shit tape? They're all like bowing to him. I'm like, oh, yes, that's right. I told him that he did that too.
Where is this leading?
No,
And the shit tape, just so everyone is clear on this, is not a field recording. That was all full.
it's more of a ball recording, I suppose, isn't it?
So yeah, getting back to the different types of
back to work.
environments.
Okay, back
Oh,
to
you don't
work,
want to talk
yeah.
about it? Okay.
We can go really big, you know, like the tundra or the whistling wind, you know, in a blizzard,
Yep.
like this, and you get the sense of a very vast expanse, or a beach, you know, with the crashing waves and stuff. Or you can get really, really close and you can record, you know, a beehive or a
Insects.
You know, like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
the
an
really
ant farm
famous
or
one,
something
yeah.
like that, yeah.
AMSR, I guess, right? For the
ASMR, yeah, for sure.
You know, you can always tell when they've just been using sound effect libraries, and when they actually have the sound of the insects.
Yes,
'Cause,
yeah, yeah.
You know, that you're watching, you know, on PBS, you see the documentaries, and you can always. It drives me nuts. You know, it's like you see an insect, and you're like, "That's not making that sound."
Right.
It's absolutely
Right,
not.
right. They
But then sometimes you see one, and it's like, "Oh,
That's
I
what
wonder
they
if
really
that's
sound
really
like.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's really it."
And then sometimes you get the field recordings when I work in post, and I need an insect, but the insect's there, but there's also other sounds, and it doesn't drop into my scene. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Mhm.
There's like
Yep,
a hum,
right.
or there's like
Streams in the background.
It stands out. You know, it's
Yep.
So yes, noise interference. We ought to talk about that because
it's huge, actually.
yeah, if you think you're in a quiet place with
You're
no
not.
You're not.
man-made
Yeah.
sounds,
Yeah,
you're
you're not.
probably
Not
fooling yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, the noise pollution is, especially with the Northeast here. It's very even being on. When I did shoots for a while, not a lot of them, but plane.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Right.
got to wait. It's
Yeah,
like
right. Yep.
and this is why they fill in the sound later.
Yeah, that's his ADR.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So
But different types of microphones help in different ways to sort of cancel out.
a shotgun again.
mic
Shotgun
is very
again.
it's going
popular.
to be great for noise rejection.
But yeah, since it's the coolest microphone and the coolest environment too, we should talk a little bit in depth, so to speak, about hydrophones. So you have one that you tried to use the other day.
I have one I inherited from the studio from your father, and I've never used it. And we were talking about it, so
Yeah.
I was like, when I go walking every day, I go by this pond that's full of frogs, and I try to sneak up on them because frogs are fast,
Oh yeah, they go.
Yeah,
and
and
then
it's like
jump. Yeah.
But I was like, I'm just going to sit there and drop. I wonder what frogs sound like underwater, because I'm sure because frogs make cool sounds.
Totally.
So I was going to sit there and, be the strange guys. People walk by and like, have a microphone in the pond. But I couldn't get it going. And so then I went on the website of this hydrophone company, and they use them for like tracking whales and stuff.
Oh,
so,
yes,
So there's people like
absolutely.
in like British Columbia stuff, and they just have hydrophones on all the time and listening to the migration of whales, and they use those to track these things. And
There's a field recordist and musician called David Rothenberg who's famous for making music with the whale songs, and he has a recent release called Secret Songs of Ponds, And speaking
Nerd.
of insects, yeah, it's very nerdy. It is so nerdy. But yeah, I mean, there's recordings of the tiniest little pond insect and frogs.
Yeah, see.
And he's done seals and whales and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I would listen to that stuff.
It's so great.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole world underneath there that we never hear.
No. And you know what? It's fun, too.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
I mean, you talk about being self-conscious about looking like a sound guy with your headphones on and
Nerd.
all your equipment. Yeah, but I think it's kind of great. Like, who else has all that knowledge and all the
You think
fancy
so?
equipment? I think it's cool. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I got all that stuff. I thought I needed a motorcycle or something like that.
Another fun aspect of it is the places you go. Like Tom Clack actually ended up in Germany at the Porsche factory. But,
Yeah. And he traveled to Africa and South America.
Well, there's the big story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that Tom was one of the biggest field recorders of anyone I know.
He, when I first started working at Clack, I didn't even meet him for a year and a half.
Right.
Because
me
he was
either.
traveling the
Yep.
world collecting sound effects.
Yep.
That's what they told me. Like, oh, you'll meet Tom someday. Currently, he's in Africa, or currently he's in wherever he was,
Yeah,
And
Guatemala.
He was out gathering sounds from around the world.
But yeah, it's true. And all of these productions have benefited from his travels for the past 30 years. It's really quite amazing and inspiring.
Yeah,
These sounds of lions roaring and a family playing with a dolphin in the river. I mean, mangoes dropping from a tree onto a tin roof. Like
Horse farting.
Horse farting.
He loved that one. But but that's a good point, though. So not just going out and getting the sounds, but then archiving them is also part of it.
Yes.
So
it
you
is.
build up a library. If I have to go out and get a sound for a specific client, well, that's going in my library too.
Do you guys know the Environments records?
Yes,
Yeah.
totally.
I want to collect all of them and just have them on vinyl.
Those are some of the first sound effect records, and
Yeah.
just records just devoted to environments.
Mhm.
I remember that. I was like, wait, it doesn't have like a lion, then a gunshot, then because
Yeah,
that's
right.
the sound
Yeah,
effects
right.
records
Yeah,
used to be like that, just so random,
Right. It
Yeah.
started sort of a revolution in
Yeah.
ambiance. And,
We had those.
yeah.
We had
Yeah.
all those.
Yeah, we had the whale song one. We had just in spring in Massachusetts.
Uh-huh. Yes. I mean, certain ones are more sexy than others,
Yeah.
right?
Do you remember Barking Dog?
Yeah.
Well, there was a record that we had at Clack Studios. It was called
Yeah.
Barking Dog.
Barking Dog.
and it was a record that you were supposed to.
If you're a single woman or
and you didn't want anybody who was outside your apartment door. You wanted them to think that
You had a dog.
you had a dog, so that they shouldn't probably come in and try to rob
but
you.
the cover, but the cover was like a Doberman.
Yeah, like with the teeth, bearing teeth.
And so does he sound really like...
Oh yeah,
yeah. But it's like it always struck me that gave you it just gave you 15 minutes. It's like you put it on because it was a record, so you put it on, and 15 minutes later you're hearing.
So you can't be out for more than 15 minutes.
Well, yeah, but you're not going to put the Doberman on like for 24/7. Your neighbors would kill you. When the creepy guy comes to the door, you put it on, and you're like, let's try another apartment. This one I don't feel safe.
So it's for when you're home.
Yeah. Where'd I put it? Going through your records. Where'd I put it? Did I put it on a Doberman? Did I put it on a dog?
Right. Put on insects instead or something. Right.
Thank you so much for listening to this latest episode of Parp Donk from Parp Donk Studios. I'm Amanda.
I'm Jim.
And I'm John.
We will be back next time
Maybe.
with a discussion of...
EQ?
Oh, John, you're going to make the call, right?
Yeah.
Who are we having?
Dave Durr from Empirical Labs.
Well, we
who
don't
makes
know.
compression and EQ.
Okay, yeah, so next time we will talk about compression and EQ.
Until next time, folks.